What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be going over one tool to level up your trading. Now, I personally think this tool, when it comes down to trading, is one of the most beneficial things that you can start to look at and start to learn how to watch, observe, and take away information more than just looking at the chart. I love trend lines, I love support, I love resistance lines, but if you can't find those things on the chart and things aren't as clear, well, that's when this tool is absolutely critical. So if you want to learn what that is and how to actually use that to your advantage, stick around because I'm going to be going over that here in this video. But really quick, if you would not mind jumping down, subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up button, and also we're using the Webull desktop platform. As I'm filming this video, you can still get 4 free stocks when you sign up, deposit $100 with the link in the pinned comment and description box down below. All right, so what is that tool? Well, that is going to be Level 2. So right now we're going to be going over Nasdaq TotalView Level 2 that you can get here on Webull. You can actually get access to this for 3 months for free when you sign up to a fresh brand new Webull account, so you can get 4 free stocks and this awesome deal. But after that point, it is just $1.99 per month. So personally, to me, that's absolutely awesome. I think that you should definitely take advantage of that if you can. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is we're looking at a stock MARA, ticker symbol MARA. This is a stock that I've been watching and riding up from $2.50. It's actually up quite a bit, over 100% since I originally entered this stock just last week. Now, we want to use TotalView Level 2 here, which is going to be this order book right here. I have a video going over how to create a customized layout, so let me quickly jump over. This is the layout that I actually use more often. So I have the, we have the symbol up here. We have some information about the stock, have a chart here. I can move myself up right here. We have, profile. I can add all these different things, news, releases, analysts, stuff like that. On the bottom, I have, my trade tab right here. We have time and sales and level 2. So if you don't know how to get that, all you have to do is go up to the customizations, right? Go to the add widget section. And then when you're in the add widget section, go to order book, and then boom, you're going to have your level 2 as long as you're subscribed to it, which you'll have to do on the app. So that being said, I went back to this layout just so we have a bigger chart so we can see things a little bit better. I know it's a little bit small, but when you're using it on your computer, hopefully it's a little bit better. I have a pretty big screen, so my layout's a little bit skewed here, but hopefully it's not too distracting and things kind of make some sense. So what do we see with level 2? Well, right off the bat here, what I have set up is I have kind of 10 price points, 10 levels. And so on the left-hand side, we have the bid. On the right-hand side, we have the ask. Now, the top level that you're going to be looking at is traditionally your usual bid and ask that you'll see across almost every broker, not considering level 2. You'll just see, hey, right now the bid's at 529, the ask at 531. So a 2-cent spread, that's pretty standard. And sometimes the spread's 1 cent, sometimes it's 2 cents. Now it's back to 1 cent. So you can kind of see. The other thing to watch is now the size. So what you want to be watching here is the size. And so this is really going to be very helpful because now instead of just seeing what the bid and the ask are and seeing the chart and the price action and the movement, what we can now see is where these bids are stacking up and where these asks are stacking up. And so what does that actually mean? Well, for example, let's take a step down. We go down right here and we see at 527, right? Let's look at 527. We have 1418. It's fluctuating between 14 and 1800. So that's telling us we have a decent size at that level. However, now at 531, we have a 2500 bid. So now we're seeing decent bids. Now we see a 200 right there. And so this is pretty much going to be telling us the larger size means a larger bid is stacking up. Now we look to the ask side and we see even bigger numbers. So we see at 540 and 18,000. That's the size that we're seeing, 18,234. So what does that actually mean? Well, that's going to be areas of potential support and resistance. Now you can get into fake bids, fake asks, things like that, where people are not actually intending upon filling an order or actually getting shares at this point. But now we see a $10,000 at 525. So what is that telling us? That's telling us that 525 is a decent area of bid support. We have a pretty large bid, so if the price does come down, we see more sellers and we come down towards 525. As long as that order is legit, that person is sitting there, right, with an order, or it could be multiple people, right? That order is sitting there. As long as it stays, that will get filled, but that's holding up. There's a lot of shares to get filled, so we're going to need a lot of sellers to be selling into that buyer for that bid to get bought up. And then once the bid's gone, technically, if there's still more more sellers, we can see a further move to the downside. So now it starts to open your eyes a little bit for those who are confused or who are looking for other ways to find support and resistance. It's the same thing on the top end. So now we see right here at 540, 17,000. That's the size that we're seeing, 17,054. So we're going to have to eat through. Buyers are going to have to buy up and eat through that. Well, how could that happen? Someone can come in with a large market buy, boom, or you just have people hitting the ask as we get closer to that 540. Let's say we move on, time goes on, we start moving on up. The bid now becomes 539, the ask is 540, which now we're seeing, of course, things are fluid, so we're moving up and down. When we get to 540, that size, you'll want to watch that size and see if it starts going down. If it's going down, the price is staying up. That means the buyers are now eating through that level of resistance or that seller, that sell order. And now we're eating through it. And once that's gone, boom, when you see, right past that, sometimes you'll see areas where there's not that many sellers. There's not that many sell orders stacking up beyond that. So you'll see, like, for example, there's 18,000. We have some decent sellers beyond that level. Now it's back to 16,000. But let's say that all we saw was like 1,000, 100, a couple thousand here, 100, 500 there. Well, then that means that we may be looking at a pretty clear breakout to the upside, as there's not that many sellers beyond that level. Of course, that could change. Everything's fluid. But this is a great way to kind of see support and resistance when maybe the chart isn't very clear or you can't exactly see things on the chart. So hopefully that's making some sense. Now, it really can come down when, especially when you're someone who is more actively day trading, that's something you definitely want to watch and you definitely want to see. If you're looking to break through a resistance level, like for example, that 540 right now, well, if we're looking to break through 540 for a further breakout, we break above that level, it looks like we might have some good room to the upside. Well, as we come up towards that level, you're going to want to make sure you see the bids stacking up on the bid side that are building up bid support as we're moving to the upside, establishing higher lows, and then you're going to want to see eventually as we get towards that ask, that kind of get cracked down, slowly diminishing here on the ask side, and then eventually breaking through and a bigger move to the upside. And then you see it very, very beautifully for very strong areas of resistance and breakouts and even, support drops. So when we're holding a support level, you'll see it happen the exact same way as a breakout, where if we can't hold a support level, sellers sell into a bid, boom, we drop to that support, and then boom, the stock can drop, a couple percent, just like that, depending on the stock, of course. Like for example, this stock's a $5 stock, this stock can move a lot more than, let's say, your Apple, right? It's the same thing, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a different level in terms of Apple, in terms of your percentage movements. So it matters a lot more, in my opinion, right here, when you're looking at smaller cap stocks or stocks that are moving pretty fluidly. Sometimes the biggest gainers on the day, stuff that I generally like to watch and trade myself. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you got something out of this video. Right now we're dropping below 525. The other thing you want to watch to confirm things is you want to look at time and sales, so you can grab access to time and sales. You can add that as a widget as well. And so now you can see exactly what orders are coming through and at what price and at what time. So you can actually scroll back through this and to see, oh, did we break through this resistance? Well, there's some big orders. Okay, how many orders? What was the size of some of these orders? Or are we seeing someone loading up? Are we seeing a lot of large scale orders? Like boom, we had a 21,000 order just go through at 524. So are we seeing a lot of large scale orders go through? Is the stock price just holding steady, but there are a lot of orders? Well, that could be a sign that this thing may get ready to move back onto the upside. So time and sales as a companion to Nasdaq TotalView Level 2, definitely something that's worth watching, definitely something that's very helpful. I always have it pulled up, especially when I'm watching stuff. Obviously, if I'm on the go, you can still get access to Level 2 on the mobile app just as well. But personally, when I'm on my computer, that's when I'm mostly looking at this stuff as I'm more actively watching things. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you got something out of this video. And a reminder, you can still grab 3 months free of Nasdaq TotalView Level 2 when you sign up, deposit $100, and you sign up for a new Webull account. So not only are you going to get 4 free stocks, but you're also getting access to that for 3 months for free. After that, it's $1.99 per month. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you got something out of this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.